Guys, welcome to Clockwork. Dan to Noodles here for another breakdown of my Dress Up Darling. This is episode number 3. Before we get going, make sure you guys are subscribed. Disclaimer, I am very tired. I have had a very long 3 days, very rough 3 days, very little sleep, so I'm going to do my best to get through this. If I do slip up and make a mistake, guys, I'm just so tired. You don't understand. I am so tired right now, but I want to get this episode broken down because this is an anime I really look forward to every single week. This week's in particular it brought a happy feeling to me because it's my world and I want to share it with you guys. So I've got a lot of good things to say about this episode in particular. There's a Discord channel too for you to get notified whenever videos go up. I also tell you if there's going to be a delay, and there was a delay for yesterday, so that was up on there. And I think delay also for this one, which I also mentioned on there. So you get ahead of schedule, you will be told if there's a delay to a video that's going out. We are here for episode 3. I've also got some fun trivia. I have some fun trivia that the voice actor for Marin is making a Marin cosplay. She's actually getting really into it for her interview. She's going to make a Marin cosplay. Is this cosplayception? The character cosplaying the character. It's amazing. I'm so happy that she's such a good sport that she's also gonna make a cosplay. Plus it's Japan. I mean, it's the home of cosplay. Probably already Marin cosplays out there. Do I apologise for the open, guys? If you are watching this because of me, I guess I'm sorry about the open. Well, yeah, the open. That dream. We can leave it at that. That happened. Okay. And the embarrassment when he's like, can you look the other way? That was cute. But yeah, the dream, it happened. That's done. Let's continue moving. That's all we need to say about that. We have some new faces, and new faces are cool. Friends, Marin Gan, they're awesome. I like them because they're actually quite nice and considerate. Nora? What was the name? Nona. I'm so tired. I'm tired. Well, this character in particular, this is my hair, but not that colour. My hair right now is exactly this, but the underlayer is blue. I share a connection with this character, guys. To be fair, there's so many things I relate to in this anime. I don't think I've ever related to an anime so much like this anime in particular. There's so much I have experienced. This anime is on my level. I love it. But Gojo ends up going from no friends to suddenly having people all around him being... Obviously, it's Marin's gang and they are great, but he suddenly has people who are talking to him, who are asking him if he's okay, which must be a very unique experience to somebody who's used to being ignored. We also get to see how tall Gojo really is. He kind of towers over everybody. Guy's got really good genes, very jealous, I'm sure. It sucks. But the gang is very friendly, and I like the fact that they even apologise and tell Marin stop being a nuisance because they see how awkward he is at times and they're just being considerate. I like that. They're looking out for him. Very nice gang. Good friends. Appreciate that. But not all attention is good attention, and poor Gojo ends up with the anime trope that people think they're suddenly going out, and there's that they hear the rumours and they freak out and then they start ghosting, and this happens, but thankfully this trope doesn't last too long and it is wrapped up this episode. It's one of those tropes that they use a lot and it really bugs me because obviously one character will go, okay, it's best not to talk to that person when it's obvious the other character really wants to talk to them, and in this situation, Marin really wanted to talk to him, and you can see she really goes to a lot of effort. I also love how much effort she goes to try and treat him the same at school as she does outside of school. I love it. She really tries to go high, makes the effort, jumps in. Honestly, very excited to see him, excited to talk to him, and I appreciate that. If you've got somebody who likes the thing you do and you want to talk to them, you just want to talk to them. You get very excited if you see that person and you can go, hey, did you play this? Did you do that? Did you see this? I'm like that. I get so excited when a video goes up because I get to talk to you guys about what we've seen, and hopefully you guys can get all excited too over what I am watching. That's why the channel even exists in the first place. But Gojo does get to be an idiot just for a little bit, and he ends up ghosting her, which is so sad. He doesn't really have friends and he's not had the experience of friends, so he's acting like this because he doesn't know how to act. And Marin is such a good role model. If you want to be friends with somebody, you be friends with that person. If it makes you happy, you do it. If you're not harming anyone, do it. Make yourself happy. The duo end up reconciling, and it's great. He gets to realise how stupid he's been, and we get to go on that shopping trip. That shopping trip is where I was so excited because this is my world, guys. It really was my world. It would also be the best cosplay date ever, going cosplay shopping. So Gojo's draft of all of the pictures and everything, that is how I work. And there's going to be so many, I do this, I can't, guys. This is my world. This is literally what I do. This is me. I literally write down all the bits. I go, this is how many bits I need on this cosplay. I know, a shirt here, a waistcoat here. I write it all down. I break it all apart so I know what I'm doing. If you are attempting to make a cosplay, break it down into smaller pieces. The big picture on a smaller scale. You won't get so daunted if you see all the little bits instead. And petticoats for the win. I own so many petticoats, but a lot of anime girls, especially that shape in particular, a lot of anime characters do have skirts that need an underskirt. Sometimes they need hoop skirts as well. As well as a petticoat, you may need a crinoline. In the case of Shizuka, I think that's the name of the character, she doesn't need a crinoline, but you could add a crinoline in if you really wanted to. So even more tips. Poofy skirt gang for the win. I really kind of relate to this. This is something I really relate to. These are conversations I have with myself because I don't really talk about my cosplay too much with people. I love how much detail is in the notes. I also can relate to the random scribbles, the random measurements. Sometimes I'll pick up a bit of paper around the room and it would be something random that I worked on a while ago and all the measurements are still there. So I can see my old measurements and how I've planned out a certain piece. And I'm doing that with my current cosplay that I am now beginning on. I'm at the start of a really big project and I'm slowly doing exactly what you see Gojo doing. But let's go to something that I just adore doing. It's pricey, but I love it to pieces. I don't do it often, but fabric shopping. This is my life, guys. Welcome to an aspect of my life that I do. Especially if I'm doing a big project like the one I am, and I'm going to have to schedule it at some point. I will take a whole day to go to Goldhawk Road. Goldhawk Road is in London. It's a fabric mecca. It's not as big as it used to be because they started cutting it down, but there is 2 rows of shops either side full of fabric shops. If you can't find what you're looking for, you jump to another one. I take the whole day because I'm very picky, just like Gojo. So me and Gojo on this one are the same. I like to make sure that I've got the good fabrics. I'll compare every single one. You want to make sure that if you're using multiple fabrics, always make sure that you compare them together as well. So make sure that they look good together. When you see him also knocking the glossy fabric, that is fantastic advice. I can't actually express how good that advice is, especially if you're a cosplayer. Cheaper fabrics will have a sheen to them. And when you end up taking a photograph, they end up looking not as great as a matte fabric. Looking at your fabrics, and if you want good pictures, take that into account when you're picking fabrics out. You don't have to go all the way up to top of the range scales. Just pick a fabric which is not as shiny or has less of a sheen to it, and you'll end up with better pictures in the long run. Absolute mega kudos to Gojo because he actually takes the character's background into account. This is exactly what I do as well. Shizuka is a rich kid, therefore she would have a high quality outfit, so we're going to use a better quality fabric. Obviously, better quality fabrics have a higher price tag. I really do. I just, this is my world. This is what I go through. I literally will sit, especially on my fabric days, do a run first. I'll get samples. Then I'll have ramen. So you even see these guys grab ramen as well. To end my fabric days, I grab ramen. But I'll sit, have ramen, have a hot drink, look at my samples, and then go back and decide I need 5 meters of this. I need 3 meters of this. There's a lot of thought that goes into just the fabric stage. And my next project, there's a lot of wool. And wool is very expensive if you want proper real wool and not fake blended out wool. I've got to decide how much I want to spend. It's going to be pricey, but it's going to look so good and it's going to be so worth it. The Wig Shop. This is where I got so jealous because Japan. I wish I lived in Japan because if I want a wig, and I do need a wig for my current costume, I have 2 places open. They're online. I've got to make a big call because wigs aren't cheap, especially if you go for a decent quality one. With them being online, you can't guarantee what shade you're getting. Often enough, if you are buying online and you're not sure what to do, I always recommend getting slightly darker. So if it's slightly darker, it won't look as bad as if you're going light and the colour is horrifically wrong. Go slightly darker just because it might save your butt. I am so jealous seeing this shop and seeing when she says you're going to love it in here. Gojo's reaction, Marin's reaction, that's my reaction. I'm jealous. I want to go wig shopping. It's amazing. It's heaven. Amazing advice from the anime. Always buy longer so you can style it and cut it to your own face. You may have a slightly longer face. If you go for a short wig and it's too short, it's just not going to look right. You'll either have to buy wefts, and that's a lot of work, having to sew them all in by hand, or you're going to have to buy another wig where you've wasted money on a wig. And most wig places will say you have to measure ahead. If you make a mistake, they won't take refunds. So you've got to get it right. I just love how much detail has been added to this anime because it's really good advice. It's all solid advice that you can take into account. But I really want to protect this smile. This smile right here is something I want to protect. Gojo is right now the perfect cosplay boyfriend. He's holding the bags. He's going to the effort. He's getting really hyped up about colours and details. I am jealous. Gojo is perfect. I don't know if he's my husbando for this season. Maybe he is. He's just perfect. I love him. He's great. But this as well, this is the face of absolute cunning. She planned this. She totally planned that. And she's totally teasing him and having fun with it. But the underwear does look great. And also mega kudos, you've actually got the order correct. People think that the garter belt goes on top. It doesn't. The pants go over the garter for quick removal for, fun or going for the toilet. So absolutely mega kudos. You've done your research. Congratulations. This as well. This was so hilarious. The normal reaction to hearing that conversation quite loudly in public. This conversation, just their faces going, oh my God, did we just hear what they're talking about? Yeah, you did. Every so often this anime it goes from me being super relatable to me going, oh my God, no, cringe. Cosplay photography, we are also briefly introduced to the world of cosplay photography, another aspect of the hobby, taking photos, getting pictures. After a con, finding pictures is the hardest thing on the planet. I have not very many pictures for how long I've been cosplaying for, and only recently have I just started bringing cosplay into proper studios, just because you can never rely on getting pictures at con, and there's nothing more disheartening than going to a con, putting your heart into a costume, and maybe getting one half blurry image that is heartache. Very jealous that in Japan they do hire out a amusement park. I am so jealous. We don't really do that in the UK. You'd have to find a photographer who's willing to go with you, or freelance, or just you might even have to pay for them as well. The struggle is real, guys. It really is. I just love how hyped she gets. Marin getting hyped over other cosplayers is me when I was looking at people like Ludus. That guy can cosplay. Oh my God, he can cosplay. His cosplays look so good. He's done a Tsukasa cosplay from Dr. Stone. It is the best Tsukasa I've ever seen. It is like Tsukasa has walked out of Dr. Stone's world and he's real. He's here in my face. I get so hyped. I can really relate to her. I relate to both characters. Both of them I really do relate to. I also like that Gojo this week as well gets really also hyped up about his love for his dolls, opening up to Marin about how he got into dolls and how much it just struck a chord to him and why doll making means so much to him. As well, Gojo doesn't like to throw around the words beautiful, I love you. I can imagine it's I love you as well. We get to know a bit about the character. He doesn't like to throw around compliments because they're special. So I get this, because if you say something so much, if you were constantly telling all your friends that you love them over and over again, eventually it's going to lose its meaning, I believe. I guess I'm similar in the sense that I don't throw too many compliments out unless I really feel it and I feel like this deserves it. This is beautiful. I have to tell you this is beautiful. Often enough, I might go, that's cool. I like that. I don't use too many of the more bigger words like gorgeous or pretty, maybe. I'm totally with these guys. I relate so hard to these characters. I love the fact as well that she totally accepts him and she goes, okay, that's great. You know, even I've got things that I'm picky about. That's normal. You're normal. This is great. I like this. I love the way these two react around one another. I love their chemistry. I am totally supporting them when they eventually get together, and I can't wait to see how that happens, because it is still a rom-com. It's going to happen. I just can't wait to see how it happens. I can also relate to, and we're going to go into a bit of a mushy mode now, guys. You're going to have to accept me getting a bit mushy and a bit emotional with you, but I really do relate to this next section. It's actually really nice to have somebody play or watch a recommendation. Now, if you've been on the channel enough, you know that I don't really have many anime real life friends. The reason why I wanted to start breaking down anime on the channel is because I love anime. Often enough, I want to say something about an episode I've seen. So when I see your comments that you've checked out an anime and you've enjoyed it, or you really like my recommendations, or you agree with my lists or something, it means a lot to me. And I think I get the same way as Marin. It makes me smile, and I guess that's really goofy to say. And I'm not going to be like this often. You guys don't get to have me mushy too much. This is a rare occasion. It does make me smile. So thank you guys so much. I know there's not many of us, but it's allowing me to talk even more than any I would normally to somebody about anime. If I go, hey, look at this character, and you guys go, wasn't this scene cool? And it's great. It's weird. I know this sounds really mushy, and I'm really bad at expressing myself like this because I don't do it often. But it does mean a lot. So I really do relate to this scene in particular. And Gojo's face at the end. 2 weeks is a con crunch. Do not be like Marin. This is the one time I want to advise you guys. Do not do con crunch. Con crunch is stress. Con crunch is rush. It's sleepless nights. It's not having a costume done to the degree you should have it done. Plan out your costumes. Let there be time. There is less stress, and you will be happier with your result, and you will be able to sleep. The project I'm working on now, I've only just begun. I'm not intending to wear that costume next year, May. I've got a whole year and a half. Obviously, it's a competitive costume. Even if I was doing a small project, I still plan it out. I think the least amount of time I've ever given myself is a month. I had a month to go to Latvia with one of my projects, and I had to make a costume that was suitable for going on a plane. Most of my costumes aren't suitable for plane packing and traveling. It's not light enough, or they're too fragile. So I had a month to make a project. Even that was still really planned out. And you do end up buying a few more elements if you have less time. So in this sense, we're buying the underwear, we're buying the shoes, we're buying the choker. We're buying, which is probably going to save them in that sense. And the wig as well, just needs a bit of styling. I can't tell you guys how much this anime just relates to me. I relate to both characters. I relate to so many of these scenes. It's great. I feel like I can almost share my life with you guys via this use of this anime. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another video of mine. It means a lot. I hope you are having a good weekend, having a good time, and you're looking after yourselves. I will see you hopefully in another video. Have a good day, guys. Bye bye.